Quite Hasselhout, Kapixnak Seal, and Chai Squeezed Wapapuquin. My traditional name is Syilx. My given name is, my English name is Clint George. I designed 3 sculptures for Lake Country, like the one that's behind me, which is the 4 food chiefs. Pole behind me, the 4 food chiefs represent our 4 food chiefs that are in our traditional cultural language in our stories. They all stand in a direction and encompass zone, being one of our food chiefs being Bear, which is north. For the east is our Saskatoon berries, which is our food chief for Saskatoon, which we call Syilx. And to the south is our roots, which we call Speetlum, which is bitter root. And to the west is our salmon, which is for the west to the oceans and the salmons come from. So behind me, this pole is represented our 4 food chiefs and is the first sculpture south of the lake. I also bring in our artist Les Lewis to be able to collaborate with the poles and the carvings and our poles and the woodwork. And he did all the woodwork for our poles and all the woodwork for all the carvings for the other sculptures down the lake.
White Hasselhout and Chai Squeeze Milna and Chama Squeeze Les Lewis. Good day, my name's Les Lewis from the Lower Smilkman Indian Band. We're here with the Canoe sculpture, and I'm going to talk about the wood component that I worked on in collaboration with Clint George, who did the metal work. We have the 2 story poles and the storyboard. The story pole over here on the left is representing the fish, the water, the fisher people that would be out there catching the salmon. Over here we have the 4-leggeds representing the deer and the hunters and the homes and the land. And the storyboard here just talks about the area that we're in here. Speaking with one of the knowledge keepers, spoke with Arnie Baptiste, spoke with Eric Mitchell, and they shared some knowledge of this area. And basically, if you look at it, it's pretty self-explanatory, but you can tell there's the 2 lakes here. The canoes here. We got, plentiful salmon here. They shared, the different waterfowl. They said there were freshwater mussels here. This kind of just represents the directional trails that you would go on. Talked about in Haha'ik, the Ogopogo, and how he had a home here and made a trail and to where he accessed Okanagan Lake. And just represents, the horses, the animals here, the water life. They said there were plentiful canoes here, hundreds of canoes here, because this was a major gathering spot for the Okanagan Nation members historically. So you can see the mountains here represented, just the bear, the frog, the eagle. Because it was a major gathering area, a lot of the people that, our ancestors are buried here up on the mountainsides of shale and different areas like that. So if you look at it, you can just kind of determine what the different images might portray. So, and I just wanted to create that story with the images itself, and let the images tell the story.
The feather stands 14 feet tall with 2 sides. The feather itself represents 2 things. One, the balance of living, as far as is water and air, our skies, our ground, male and female. It's a representation of balance. So when you look at the feather itself, you'll see one side has a sunburst color and the other side has a night burst color. That's the representation from night and day, the balance between that. It also represents the feather. When I built it, was an eagle feather in my image. The feather could represent any kind of feather to whoever looks at it, but it also represents a statement that that this land is our First Nations people, which is our native people, which is Syilx people for the Okanagan Territory. That we're here and we always will be here. And our stories, will stand tall. We stand strong, just as strong as that feather stands. It's just a representation for the people of this land. The hollow ring in the middle of it actually represents the ring of consistency and unity and ongoing and everlasting. It also is an awesome opportunity to have a very cool picture taken through the circle of that feather.
The last sculpture, the feather, I did the little feather tips, just representing the eagle. So there's a couple of pictographs of the eagle on the feather tips, representing the eagle feather. And the quill is also made of a timber, pine timber, and in the middle there's a crack, so I filled it with some resin with a little bit of dye in there just to kind of make it pop. And with the clear coat on there, I really enjoyed that. And just how the metal and the wood work together is just, I didn't imagine how well they would, how they were conceived, but they were just amazing. So it was a great opportunity to work with another awesome artist, Clint George, and I really enjoyed working on this project with him, and really thankful for the Lake Country Art Committee and this opportunity, and look forward to all the awesome feedback that I'm sure the project will bring.